mathematical literacy out of 100 marks. Okay, question number 1. Customer visited her local shopping center below. Below is a layout of the shopping center. We have the ground floor layout plan of Gourmet Gardens Shopping Center, Santen. Okay. So they're asking us, explain the meaning of G01, the pick and pay label. So this could be, the G could be standing for ground floor, room number 1. Ground floor, room number 1. Okay. Then give the general direction of entrance 5 from 10, G10. G10 is here. Then entrance number 5, it's right here. Entrance number 5 is right here. Now, when you look at the campus is drawn in a slanting way. If this is our north, what could this be? It's probably northeast. So our plan here could have been northeast. How many lifts are there on the ground floor? Now, how do we know that this is a lift? We look for the L. Lift L. So we have 1, then we have another one here, 2, and I believe those are the ones. So there you would have said we have two lifts. Write down the name of the store labeled G35. G35, it's right here. G35, it's right here, which is a CNA. CNA. Okay, then we continue. We go to question number 1.2. While at the shopping center, Kosieme purchased a small dining table. The dining table has a diameter of 120 centimeters and the height of 74 centimeters. Below is a picture of the dining table. Okay, write down only the letter from the options given below. That would be used to calculate the area of the circular top. Now, area and circular top, the moment you hear that, that's a circle. So here the answer is supposed to be C, pi r squared. Pi r squared. This is surface area. This is volume. This is area. And this is circumference. So here the option or the answer there is supposed to be C. Write down in simplified form the ratio of the diameter to the diameter to that of the height. So the ratio is supposed to be D is to height, yet we know the diameter is 120 is to 74. By 2 you remain with 60. By 2 you remain with 37. You don't know how to get the ratio? Just do this. Take the smaller number divided by the bigger number. Press equals, you see. So you see this 74 goes with 37, and they say the 120 to go with 60. Simplified form, that's what they wanted. They're asking us to determine the radius of the table in centimeters. Now, radius. Radius, we say it's diameter divided by 2. Our diameter was 120, divided it by 2. The answer became 60 centimeters. Write down the height of the table in millimeters. In millimeters. Now, if it's 74 centimeters, what do we do to change it into millimeters? Multiply by 10. The answer became 700. Don't forget the units. 740 millimeters, 1.2.5. 1.2.5. Table 1 below contains a list of explanations and definitions of concepts used in mathematical literacy. So see, the moment you hear this, you just know that we need to match here. We shall have to match the correct answers. Anyway, we are looking at the table here. They're telling us table 1 above. So use table 1 above and match an explanation or definition with each of the concepts below. Write only the letter A to D next to the A of B. So our A, we are looking for radius. B, we are looking for circumference. Now, the distance around the circle, that's the circumference. Then, okay, the amount of two-dimension space occupied, this is supposed to be area. Distance, we said this is circumference. A straight line passing through the center of a circle and touching the circle both ends. This is a diameter. This is the diameter. Then the distance from the center of the circle to the point on one. So that's it. So our A was supposed to be, so this is radius. Okay, let's continue. Let's look at question number 2. Question 2 starts with an annexure. The map is there. Okay. Beria and his 2 sons, Jordan and Benjamin, drove from Pretoria to Mapungwe National Park to participate in an annual bird watching contest and a marathon. Use the map on page 6 and information above to answer the following questions. Determine in kilometers the total distance between Pretoria and Mahodu. So here you're supposed to come here. Come, check, this is Pretoria. So Pretoria to Polokwane, supposed to take that. Plus, then from Polokwane, you need to go to this side, which is what? 107. So come and add 107. When you add it, it was supposed to give you. That's what they wanted us to do. In which South African province is Mapungwe National Park found? This you had to check very well nicely because now you cannot say Gauteng because look at this, Polokwane. Polokwane, that one can lead you to that. Another thing, it's Msina and Beit Bridge. So this province is Limpopo. Limpopo is the province where we find the national park that we're talking about. Limpopo Forest Tent Camp. You see, Limpopo, it's already here. So it's supposed to be Limpopo. Write down, sorry, which town is allocated northeast of the park entrance and reception. Northeast of the park entrance and reception. Now, entrance and this sister here. Northeast is this. So we have it as what? Bait Bridge. Bait Bridge. Bait Bridge. Then we come to this other question that says it took 0.8 hours to travel from Musina to the park entrance. Calculate the average speed. Now ask yourself, do you have the distance? Because you already have the time. So you shall go to the map and look for the distance whereby we are here. We are going that side. So the distance which we have here, it's what? 68, sorry. So we shall say the distance 68 divided by 0.8. Remember, it's already in hours, it's fine. So 68 divided by 0.8. So we have the answer as 85 kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour. So let's come to this and say, give a set of directions when driving from the mine to the park entrance and reception. Now, also this one, you need to look at it and critically tell. This is from here, ne? So you say you will use R521. Okay, travel 23 kilometers on R21, then turn right onto R72, drive for 25 kilometers, and the destination will be on your left. You understand? Destination will be on your left. Okay, so they are telling us here you're supposed to give directions. Ne? Here you are supposed to mention what to do on that road there. Okay. So they're telling us, give one disadvantage of using number, but before that, let's look at it. 2.6. 2.6, they're asking us, determine the scale of the map using the distance between Musina and Mahado as the reference. So remember, when you look at these annexures here, so we are going to use the distance between Musina and Mahado. It's this one here. So this is already kilometers. So that means it's in real life. So even you're going to do what? You're going to measure. Now, what you're going to measure, measure the distance. Measure the distance. Measure distance from here, where it's straight up to there. Get the answer there. Also, measure from here up to there, or up to here, if your ruler can lie here. And you tell us the distance there. So this is A and B. Add them up. That will be the distance on the paper, the one that you've measured. So when I measured, I got the first section, I got 25 millimeters and I got a 19. So I ended up having the answer as 44 millimeters, simply meaning they're equivalent to 92 kilometers. These are millimeters, these are kilometers. Okay, the 92 kilometers, where am I getting it from? From here. Remember, I'm determining the scale. So what I will do, so now this means 44 millimeters are equivalent to 92 kilometers. Because I want it to become a number ratio, what do? We change the kilometers to millimeters. We multiply by 1,000,000. So this will become 92 million. So remember this other side we have 44. So we want to know what about 1. So we shall divide through by 44. Divide through by 44. This will go with that. So that means 1 millimeter on the map is equivalent to 92 million divided by 44. So here I ended up having 2,090,909. You see, but the question says to the nearest 100,000, meaning we have to, these are 100,000. So this is 9. Becomes, so the answer here became, so our ratio or our scale will become 1:2. 1:2. That much. Name one disadvantage of using a number ratio. It involves a lot of calculations. Number 2, it does not increase with the diagram once increased. The moment you change the diagram, you have to change it also. Unlike the bar scale. Okay, this brings us to question number 3. Question number 3, a person called Bonga Njalo enjoys doing DIY, do-it-yourself projects. His latest project is to build a desk. The picture below of a desk is hoping to build as shown below. All the dimensions of the desks are given in inches. Refer to the picture as well as the information provided above to answer the questions that follow. So they're telling us convert the length of the desk. So the length, the longer side, so it's this 60. We need it in centimeters, but they have already told you. All right, we continue question number 3. It says 3.1, convert the length of the desk to centimeters. We're going to look at the desk here. The desk, this is the length. All right, this is the length. They want it in centimeters. So what we're going to do, already they have told you, if you have 1 inch, you have 2,54 centimeters. So for us, we have 60. So to be 60 times 2,54, the answer becomes 60 times 2,54. We have our answer as 152,4. These are centimeters, because these are centimeters. Okay. The person here does not want a desk that is higher than 0,77 meters. So guess what we're going to do? Use calculations to verify whether the desk meets his requirements. Now, what do we do? Higher than, that means we are looking at the height. We are looking at the height, but remember the height, we saw it as 74 centimeters. Sorry, 74. It's 74 inches, no? 30 inches, sorry, not 74. 30 inches. So what are we going to do? We shall change the 30 inches to centimeters first. because that's the conversion we have. So the answer we shall get there, this will be 30 times 2,54 equals to that much, which is 76. But these are centimeters. The person claims 0,77 meters. So what do we do? Centimeters, we divide by 100 and we end up having the answer as 0,762 meters. Okay. Let's look at 3.1.3. To build the top part of the desk, the person will use planks that are 2 meters in length and cut them to the correct size. Calculate the total length of wood wasted from the 6 planks used to build the top desk. A plank is a flat rectangular piece of wood that is longer and higher than its width. Okay, longer and higher than its width. Okay, let's look at that and we see. So they want us to find out. These are 6 actually. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Also, we need to find out how many shall we need from here. So we shall use the length. So since there are 6, we shall say 6 times 60. That's the first thing to do. You have it as 360. But these are inches. Change them to centimeters. We multiply by 25,4. So here you end up having 360 times 2,54. You have 940. These are centimeters. In other words, divide by 100. Divide by 100, you end up having 9,144 meters. You see that? So 9,44 meters, but he's going to buy planks of 2 meters. So you ask yourself, how many will he buy? So he has to buy, let's do that, divide by 2. Let me see. 4 divided by 2. So he will need 4,57 planks. But remember, they don't buy half a plank. They buy full planks. So what we need to do is that we find out. So if he needs 4 something, that means these are approximately what? 5 of them. So it's going to be 2 times 5, which is 10. Now these are 10 meters minus the 9, remember we are looking for wastage. How much wood would be wasted? So it will be 10 minus that. 10 minus 9,144. So the wasted wood would be 0,856 meters. This is in waste. Okay. This would be in cutoffs. 1, look for the total length that you need, because each plank takes 60 inches. All right, so we have 60, 60, 60. So we end up having 30. Then this one, these inches, change them to centimeters. We go to this centimeters, change it to meters. We go to this much. So if it's this much and we need each plank, or they're going to buy planks that will be 2 meters. So how many planks shall we need? We shall divide this by 2. We end up having 4,572. Now this is approximately 5. Why? The planks they are going to buy, they don't buy them in halves. They buy a full plank, which is 2 meters. So the person is going to buy 5 planks, adding up to 10 meters. So if they add up to 10 meters, we subtract what we need exactly. Whatever remains, it's wastage, or it's going into cutoffs. That's how we get our marks there. Okay, let's look at that. Below is the cutting list of wood needed to build a desk. The cutting list. Okay, quantities to be purchased. According to Bonga Njalo's calculations, 13 meters of wood would be enough for, to complete the desk, excluding the cutoffs. Excluding the cutoff. Cutoffs are those remainders that you have. And they are saying an offcut is a piece of wood that is left over after a large piece is cut off or processed. Okay. By making use of the information given above and appropriate calculations, determine whether Wonganjal is correct. Now, here we're going to see. We need 4 legs and 4 times this. This is the size of the legs. Okay? The legs. Whatever is going to be left with. I don't know why they said, but it's this. Because we know from, okay, I understand now. We subtracted this, so the legs are starting from below. Okay, it's fine. So we are going to say, we're going to multiply that. We get, we shall end. Remember, after getting, we are looking for total length. So what's this length? In meters. These are inches. So what you do, multiply 4 times 28.5. We have it as 114. That's the length that we need for legs. And then we have the top supports. So it's 2 times 17. We have it as 34. Done. Then we have, which is giving us, these are still inches. But what we do, let's multiply them by 2. Or let's do this. This one will be simpler. What we do, we add everything up. Add everything. So it's going to be 114 plus 34 plus 360. So the total length that we need, looking at it, but these are what? Inches. Multiply by 2.54 to turn them into centimeters. Multiply by 2, you end up having 1,290.32. These are centimeters. We want meters. Why meters? Because what we are comparing is what? Meters. Then when you divide this by 100, the answer becomes 12.90. And indeed, the statement is valid. Yes, 13 meter will be enough. You know, get the amount of length that we need for each part. Afterwards, add them up, change them to centimeters, then finally change them to meters. Why? What you're comparing with. So 13 meters will be enough. So his statement is correct. Write down one handheld tool that can be used by Bonganjal to build the desk. Number 1, we have what we call a hammer. Then someone could have said a screw. We have what we call a screwdriver. I believe also a tape measure is a tool. Tape measure. Someone else who could have said a ruler. We have those long rulers used for carpentry and welding. Those metallic ones. Okay. Any other tool that remember here, you can put it then. Kizo, a drill, handheld. Yes. handheld tools. So drills, okay. Any, that only one, they didn't say much. Okay, let's look at question number 4. Question number 4, it talks of Tomiso is a warehouse manager for the Perfect Seat company that sells seat covers for passenger vehicles. The warehouse has a rectangular shape with dimensions as indicated in the diagram below, with a scale of 1:90. Calculate the total length of the warehouse. Calculate the total length of the warehouse. When you look at it critically, we are looking for perimeter of a rectangular prism. of a rectangle. So this becomes 2 into, what's our length? 12 plus 5, finished. This is 2 times 17, which gives us 34 centimeters. Leave it like that. The scale used to draw the warehouse is 1:9. Explain the meaning of the scale. As we know very well, left, it's on paper, and right is in real life. So we shall say 1 unit on paper equals 90 units on the ground or in real life. Someone could say in reality. This is what we wanted. That's the meaning of the scale. 4.1.3, use the scale provided to calculate in meters the actual length of the warehouse. Actual length of the warehouse. So what are you going to do? We shall say, since 1:90, we shall like using this actual length of the warehouse. So we're using 1:90. When it's on paper, it's 1. It's in real life, it's 90. That means if you have 12, what will they be? So cross multiply, which becomes 12 times 90. I believe you have 980. 1,000. 1,008. These are centimeters. But in real life, it's either kilometer or meter. But then we divide by 100. No, sorry. Divide by 100. Divide by 100 and you get your answer as 10,8. So 10,8. So this is the real measurement, the length of the warehouse. The trick is here. Write down the scale, substitute correctly, then continue from there. The reason why we use this method is to find out whether am I going to divide or multiply. Take note, measurements on paper, they have to be on the left, and measurements in real life, they have to be on the right-hand side. So we are looking for real life measurement. If it's 12 on paper, what will it be in real life? This is what we are ending up having. Okay, let's come and we see, use the scale provided to calculate. Okay, we've done that in meters. That's why we divided by 100. Okay, the manager has the following seat cover options in stock. Color options of black and gray. The seat texture options of leather, suede, and cloth. The possible outcomes are summarized in a tree diagram below. What is the total possible outcomes? And the possible outcomes are supposed to be these ones. How many legs do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the total possible outcomes are 6. 6 possible what? Outcomes. Then determine as a percentage the probability of buying black seats cover. So black is here. It has how many? 1, 2, 3. So out of 6, we have 3 out of 6. But they said as a percentage, multiply by 100, and the answer became 50. The answer becomes 50%. The manager created the following cake recipe to give to one of her staff members on her birthday. So they're asking us, How many? So we're here. How many cups of ready cake mixed will be required to bake a cake that will serve 48 people? But you have to know, it's here, that the one that you have given you, how many people can it serve? Look at that. It serves 12, the one that they have given you. That means we need to know where is the how much cake mix are we going to use? When you look at it critically, it says 1.5. So 12 people and 48. We just, because now 12, it has increased to 48. But by what? That means we divide by 12. And it has increased by 4. Meaning the 1.5 cups are going to be multiplied by 4, which will give you 6 cups. 6 cups. Another way of doing this, you would have said, if 12 need 1.5, 1.5 in decimal format, the same as 1,5. So you say 1,5. Then the 12 gives you 1,5. What about 48? What will it give you? Cross multiply. The reason why we do this is to avoid confusion. So 12, they give you 1,5. What about 48? So we shall say 48 times 1,5 equals to 12 box. Divide through by 12, divide through by 12. So your answer here, the missing answer here, to be 6. 6, because 45 times a half, sorry, 48 times, you get 72. You get 72 divided by 12, you get 6. So there are 6 cups. Okay, let's continue and we see. Determine in millimeters the length of the cake. Now, the moment you see this, what has to come in your head is what? It's a square. Okay, so we already have the area. We are looking for only one S. That means the S equals to, area equals to S squared. S squared. S standing for the, S standing for the side. So we already have the area in the scenario. Look at this area they are telling us. You see that? Which is 210. So what we're going to say, 210 equals to S squared. We are interested in S only. So what do? Look for the square root on both sides. So my S will become square root on both sides, 210, which is 14,49. These are millimeters. You stop there. These are millimeters. You stop there. The manager arrived at home, at home at 14:24 and immediately started preparing and baking the cake. Will she have finished? Will she have finished product before the birthday party starts at 3:04? Show all your calculation. Number one, you have to know how much time is needed. Time needed. When you look at the recipe here, we have 10 minutes, we have 30 minutes. Any other time that we need? We don't have any other time that we need. So let's add up that. That means we add up and it needs 40 minutes. So if the person has come in and indeed needs 40 minutes, we add on those 40 minutes. When will the cake be ready? So this is what? 4. Here becomes what? 0. Because it has turned into another hour. So here we have the answer as. So how do we conclude? We shall say, show all your calculation to verify your answer. Yes. Yes, she will. She will finish at, whether is this before or exactly on time? Will the time be enough? Okay, we go on and we see question number 5. Question number 5 says, Mikhail renovated her kitchen. She replaced the old stove with a modern stylish electric stove. The top part of the new stove is shown below. Look at that. What do you analyze? We have the length and we have the width. You can see different shapes here. Ne? Okay, let's continue and we see. Calculate the area of the stove in meters squared. You may use the following formula. Definitely, you see, so it's already what? A rectangle. So simply in meters. So before you substitute, make sure that the units are in meters. So we are going to change the 59 centimeters to, so our length will be 59 divided by 100, and the answer becomes, whereas our width or breadth will be 52 divided by 100. All I need is this to be in meters. Why? The answer is needed in meters. So it's good to go for me. I just come and substitute. So here the answer became multiply 0.5 times 0.52. So here the answer became 0.31 meters squared. What did they say? Calculate the area of the stove in meters squared. Yeah, this is the answer that we have here. Or someone else, but this one is confusing. Someone else would have done that, 59 times 52. But remember, these are centimeters squared. So you end up having the answer as 30,068. These are centimeters, what? Square. We need the answer in millimeters. But in your head, you know very well that centimeters to meters we divide by 100. By now, because the centimeter squared to meter squared, we shall divide by 100 squared. So we shall come here, say divide by 100 squared, which is approximately 10,000. So divide by 100 squared, you get the answer as 0.3068. But remember, we round off to 2 decimal places. So it's 0.31 meters what? Squared. Okay. 5.1.2. The test, okay, to test her new stove, Mikhail prepared her favorite meal in a pot as shown below. In a pot as shown below. So they're telling us, calculate the amount of water in liters. Take note of that. Amount of water in liters inside the pot if the pot is 3/4 full. Why isn't it 100% full? Because you can't boil at that. All right? Okay, it's fine. Let's look at that and we see. We need the liters. So what we're going to do, first and foremost, find the volume. Ask yourself, do I have the radius or I have the diameter? Whatever you show us, you get a mark. Okay, we have a diameter here. We have a diameter. So we have a diameter of 20 centimeters and we have a height of 16. Let's go back there and we say, so we shall say our radius will equal to the diameter divided by 2, which is the 20 centimeters we've seen divided by 2. The answer became 10 centimeters. So good to go. We have our radius. The height is already in centimeters, which is what? 16. We have it. So we come and substitute. So pi is the same as 3,142 times the 10 squared times 16. And here doing this, you have a mark already. So this is the same as, it's the same as what? Let's say 3,142 times 10 squared times times 16. We have 5,027. 5,027, comma 2. These are centimeters what? Cubed. But we're looking at 3/4. What shall we do? We shall multiply by 3. Do that for me. When you get that answer there, multiply by 3, 4. So it's 3,770, 4. 3,770, 4. These are still centimeters cubed. We want them to become liters. What do? We divide by 1,000. When you divide by 1,000, I believe you get 3,77. So it's 3,77, and the answer becomes 3,774. These are liters. They said round off. Okay, let's say they didn't say any round off. No. So the liters that we shall have in the pot will be this much. Hope you understand. Okay. 5.2. The person drove back to the store in a box bag where she bought the new stove to fetch the receipt she had forgotten. She traveled south on Beck Street from her home to reach Boxmark Town. What type of instrument? The normal one, someone could have said the compass. It's also normal. Someone else would have said the GPS locator. All right, the GPS locator. Okay. The population box back in 2015 was 260,321, and it grew to 280,000 in 2022. Calculate the percentage increase in population. Please, when you check the formula here, substitute in correctly. Substitute in correctly. Ask yourself, of these values given to you, which one? Because the formula needs old and new. So of these formulas, sorry, of the values given to you, which one is new? Which one is old? Definitely the one in 2022, this is new. And the one in 2015, this is old. Please substitute the way you see it. So the new, which is 280,000 minus 260,321 divided by 260. So don't forget, I'm here doing this, you get a mark for substitution. Then if you go further and you subtract, simplify, which is 2,800, 280,000, 280,000 minus 260,321 equals to what? We have 19,679. 19,679 divided by. So usually get a mark for this. This is called simplification. Simplify. Substitution. No? Multiply by 100. So your final answer become this one is divided by 260, 321 times 100. So you have your answer as 7,56. But take note, they said to the nearest whole number. Calculate the percentage to the near. That means you're going to round off. So you end up having. So 1, 2, 3, then the final answer. That's how we got the answer. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Let's look at possible answers to paper 2.